Oberfuhrer von List to all Die Wahrheit personnel operating at the Numa excavation site. To say I am disappointed in your efforts would be an understatement. My orders were explicit. You have failed to carry them out. Despite round-the-clock efforts, you have yet to find the relic referred to in that ancient document we lost to the enemy. You could have provided me with a weapon to finally stop Professor Kraft's mongrel band of soldiers. You could have been heroes. Instead, we are left with two possibilities. Either that relic is not there, or you are simply incompetent. Either way, you're out of time. We have recommenced operations in the Eastern Desert and all personnel will be needed there. Withdraw from the excavation site. Bring along any important equipment. Scuttle the rest. Prove yourselves worthy to wear the Die Wahrheit insignia. Do not let me down.
Hail, Decimator. When last we marched together, you were an insufferable bootlicker.
Invictor, the Destroyer. You have lost none of your charm.
It pleases me how you have changed, and I do not mean the fact that you are a shield now.
Oh, I understand. I have changed. I was humbled and discarded. Eons trapped in this form have put things in perspective. At least I was able to help recover that tome page. My little contribution to the war effort.
I expect more will be required of you before this is over. But we now have something we cannot squander.
A chance to finally end the scourge of court effects. Believe me, I know it. I think of nothing else.
You know that thing you used to do? Decimating your troops for the slightest failure. It was wasteful, but deep down I respected you for it.
Oh, do not. I inspired fear. You inspired loyalty. That was a trick I never quite mastered.
Yes, you have changed for the better. And as for loyalty, you now have mine.
Then let us finish this fight together.
Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List to all troops of Kampfgruppe Die Wahrheit. Some of you are asking how safe it is to restart operations in the Eastern Desert. Well, I prefer unquestioning obedience. In this case, I shall try to explain the necessity of continuing our work there. First, the dark ether crystals contaminating the area have been tested by specialists from Uranverein. They declared radioactivity levels to be safe. So perhaps contamination is not the best word. In fact, those crystals are a sign that our efforts to establish a crossover point to the dark ether are succeeding. And look what that has won us already. Zabala now adds her strength to our efforts. What other new allies might we find as we expand our bridge to their universe? So I understand that caution is not cowardice. I know how hard it can be to question my orders. But for those who wonder if Cortifex is now in charge of Die Wahrheit, I have no patience. There is only one Oberfuhrer here. Leave Cortifex to me. Just leave him to me and get back to work.
Kraft to Special Forces. I have an update about that page from the Tome of Rituals that you fought so hard to obtain. Bellica and I have completed our study of its contents, and it appears we struck gold, as the Americans are fond of saying. The page recounts how a group of priests and officials in Okinawa Prefecture banded together to save their lords from what they considered demonic possession. In fact, this man had bonded with Syraxis, much the same way that you are currently bonded to your ethereal allies. They arranged a visit to the swampy island where you now find yourselves, and ambushed him with a special relic, Well, the page gives specific instructions on the use of that relic to sever the bond between a Dark Ether entity and its human host. It gives no description of the relic itself. Ah, it reminds me of when I studied the writings of Alistair Rhodes, an amateur demonologist and personal hero of mine. Rhodes wrote about different objects of power that he called sentinel artifacts, but I was never able to find out exactly what they were. Nevertheless, if we can find the relic we seek at Numa, I am quite certain I can use it on Von List and trap Cortifex in that little scepter of his.
This is Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List to all troops who recently withdrew from the Numa site. Can one of you kindly explain to me how the hell you left behind the DG-2? The radio equipment, the Tesla coil, even the traps I can understand. But to leave behind a one-of-a-kind experimental weapon prototype, that takes a special kind of Dummkopf. Obtaining the plans from Project End Station was difficult enough. They consider us rivals, even laugh at our labors. The ghost chasers, they call us. Now we have to rebuild that weapon from scratch. Wait. You did bring the blueprints for the Wunderwaffe, right?
Nobody gets away
Right.
with that.
Because if I am forced to ask Dr. Vogel for another copy, you can expect something worse than a demotion.
Kraft here. You are currently on one of the most remote islands in the Japanese archipelago. The few who know of it have long considered it haunted. So sacred might be a better word. It is a natural weak spot between this world and the Dark Ether. It is where Sarexis first made contact with humanity, many centuries ago. The locals built a modest shrine there, but not Shinto, not Buddhist, no. This was its own thing. But while she was distracted with her playthings, the keepers of the shrine were contacted by Cortifex himself. He told them she was a threat to their feudal lord, which she was currently inhabiting. He gave them the means
That's the
to
last
trap
time you
her.
hit me.
So when Sarexis returned to visit her old stomping grounds, the priests were waiting with the relic. Later, when the shrine was forgotten and the Japanese Imperial Army set up an outpost, they had no idea Sarexis' artifact lay beneath them. And now, the Wahrheit have left their own stamp on the place. But it remains a place of magic and menace. This is Professor Kraft. You are there to find a powerful relic, once used to trap Sarexis in her artifact.
With it, we can separate Von List from Cortifex and finally end their threat.
Open all barriers and explore the dig site. Understood?
Müller is on the job.
Open up the whole area. The forces of death must not box you in.
Put this on my bill.
How odd. Those fountains are usually full.
Find a way to fill it, my pupils. It may provide you valuable insights. Blood to blood, we share our strength.
So, what does the relic look like, Sarexis?
I can't remember. It's like that memory got plucked right out of my head.
There is a way to summon lost memories. Seedlings, look for a monolith covered in plant growth.
Müller here. I know what to do. Always aim for the skull.
You do know you are slower in that water, yes? You found the monolith. Good. We can use it to summon the memories stolen from Syraxis.
It is shielded by a rune spell. You'll have to get creative to blast through it.
Come on, playthings, don't let me down.
More? Just lay your head down.
What, Professor?
I don't have one.
What do you hope to accomplish in that swamp of death?
I think you know, Oberfuhrer. It's in your voice. You are worried.
The Altar of Covenants and the Tome of Rituals hunger for that heartier one.
Soldiers of Nordicus, you have learned something by now of my career. You know I served Cortifex. You know I oversaw the destruction of the wilds, Arcana's homelands. I did so many terrible things to further the ambitions of a master who did not deserve my efforts. But there comes a time when every warrior must look inward for answers to basic questions. What am I fighting for? Whom do I serve? Can I live with the mark this will leave upon my soul? And when you find you serve something you do not believe in, you are left with a choice you cannot ignore. You must take the reins of your destiny and do the one thing you swore an oath never to do. You must betray your lord and commander and learn to live with that oath broken.
I took the weight off your shoulder.
Intact. Max ammo.
Take aim and hold nothing back. That belongs to my spell master. But I think it has other uses.
The traps left behind by Von List could prove useful, if we can get them to work.
Fetch me their souls.
Careful, there is an explosive revenant in your vicinity.
You did it. The monolith is fully unleashed. Wait, there is a mechanism missing. Our soldiers have recovered part of it, but...
I guess I have been wounded here.
Tell me, Destroyer, do you ever miss the Nether Wars?
Say goodbye to your
miss their
blade,
simplicity.
Wiedergänger.
Killing, taking ground, never giving it a second thought. But I was different back
The
then.
1000-year Reich ends here.
So was I. Though our experiences were as far removed from each other as mountains from today. I suppose so. You commanding armies from on high. Me,
I hate those guys.
now look at us. Stripped of rank, branded as traitors.
Not me, Wiedergänger. Not me.
It's always someone else's war.
What's the body?
From the start. If I cared about anything, it was the soldiers who fought alongside me. And these mortals who now stand at our flanks. Do you find yourself starting to care for them? They have proved themselves worthy. fleeting though they may be, these humans have heart. They throw themselves into danger, overcoming their fear for a cause far bigger than themselves. I've fought 1,000 battles, but I have never seen anything quite like these. Humans. You are revived.
No touching!
Was the courage of kings.
I got you back! That is why you should not pick up guns!
While you battle in that swamp, I want to update you on Von List's activities at the desert site in Egypt. After all, should we succeed in obtaining the relic, the Eastern Desert will be the best place where we use it on Von List and Cortifex. This is because Divide have resumed operations in the area, which is surprising considering how many men they lost there. Remember, all the Dark Ether crystals in that area came from their catastrophic attempt to demolish the temple where we found the Scepter of Cortifex. And while they may have been trying to cover their tracks, as it were, I still don't get why they did it. I was there when we found the Scepter. I had already seen all the secrets in that chamber. Was the whole point to further weaken the dimensional barrier? I only hope whatever they are doing now does not make things worse. But if Von List is on site, that is where we will separate him from Cortifex. That is where our final battle will occur.
Cortifex. I can't stop thinking about that verdammt tome page Kraft and his soldiers stole from us. You assured me it was safe, that nothing could penetrate that void spell. How could you let it fall into enemy hands? Now Kraft knows how to stop us.
Knowing something and being able to do it are two different things, Wolfram.
You do not sound very concerned. Why is that?
For the same reason you do not concern yourself with insects. Craft is nothing.
I might agree. Were he not still alive when you said we would crush him weeks ago? Remind me, what exactly am I getting out of this partnership?
I am not your servant, nor are you mine. We simply have mutual interests. And if Kraft still lives, it is because you have failed to kill him. Now, if you wish to end our alliance, I'll take my power to raise the dead and return to my scepter. You can carry on with your handful of surviving soldiers.
Nine, Cortifex. We still need each other, as you so bluntly point out.
Then tell me, Wolfram, do you think I wanted them to get that page?
No, Cortifex. It would not make any sense. Would it? My men scuttled the radio, as instructed. Your meddling is at an end.
No, the missing parts must be there, somewhere.
Into my knapsack you go.
Seriously? A gun barrel antenna? You actually expect it to work?
My people are trained to improvise. Yours are simply ducks.
Too far, Craft. Now watch as my revenants tear down your antenna.
I called the big ones stern things. They know how to shoot. That vacuum tube is ready for use.
That tube and a weapon barrel are needed if we are to steal Bonelist's Vanguard Zombies.
Say goodbye to your brains, Wiedergänger!
Latest conflict at the Shino Numa site. It all seems to center on your former enforcer. Sir Rex is the
Nobody
shadow.
manhandles me!
Exactly. Reflection of the cortex.
What do you
Great little thing!
mention?
The incident where she was forcibly separated from her host.
I am putting on a show!
She grew tiresome, and I do enjoy crafting a fitting punishment.
Instruct the people here to create that relic? Or did you create it yourself?
What does it matter? I saw to it she was entombed in her artifact. That is all.
You don't like discussing her. I sense there is much more to this story.
Okay.
There always
Disgusting,
is,
but fair.
Wolfram. But we are not here to tell tales. We are here to make history.
This is where they unearthed the Dragon of Syrexis.
Don't
I
you
could
mean
work with this.
where we unearthed it, Herr Professor?
Abandon all hope to enter here.
Well,
Cross it into the
let's
train.
start on that.
Charge the vacuum tube. There, on the workbench. Ah, Von List always talked about creating a Wunderwaffe, a wonder weapon.
Your filthy hands off my equipment. You simpletons will ruin all my work.
Right back at you, monster!
Lonely on the battlefield.
gate is available. You may exfiltrate while it is active.
Tear them to pieces.
Not exactly the strong, silent type.
Seems the room gate must rest. Exfiltration must wait for now.
More slings and arrows.
Who made this altar? Did the artist sign their name?
We need to discuss Professor Craft. You seem to understand him
Have you
better
no
than any of
manners?
us.
Perhaps because we are both.
Happy to have it.
Is there a
Knew how
problem?
that had to end.
The problem is that he is a scholar, not a warrior. Should he really be leading this effort?
Strange. I never thought of him as leading. More like advising.
He is in over his head.
Hey, if it weren't for him, we'd all still be stuck in our artifacts. Plus, there's a sadness in him that I always find amusing.
It is his history with Von List that concerns me. What if his need for vengeance clouds his judgment?
Ask that question of him, Norticus. And you may as well ask it all of us. We all began this in search of revenge. But I have learned from Craft that true victory is about those we save, not those we kill. And that is perhaps the best reason to let this mortal guide us.
No one strikes me and
Why
just
settle
walks
for
away.
revenge when you can have redemption? We need you in peak condition.
I'll get you back. Not one step closer.
Ignore the taste. Enjoy the power.
My lord, why are we still wasting time here? Why have we not already seized the construct? And why do we need this red blood? This glory? God hates.
Zavala, your eagerness to serve me is beginning to sound like impatience.
I am not the one to mess with. I said, have you no manners?
are you?
You run that mouth far too much, and you see far too little. How has it escaped your notice that everything is coming together for me? Even Verkana is here to share her punishment alongside the traitors Nauticus and Invictor. Everything is proceeding exactly as I intend. How dare you even think anything to the contrary?
Lord Cortifex, I am sorry. Please forgive me.
I don't do forgiveness, Zabala. Now get back to your duties.
Right in the eye! Ouch! Arschloch! This isn't over! The score is settled! Thanks for the warning, Boomschreier! Don't drop me! I'll get you back!
Craft here. If retreat becomes necessary, exfil is available.
Always aim for the stars!
I want to talk to artifacts out of killing you, Belikar. File that under regrets.
You should not have made me angry. Now you're sorry. You look better with no face. I always get the last word.
Exfiltration window is closed, my allies. Another will open soon.
It is time.
Arschloch! This isn't over!
We have a fully charged weapon component.
Bravo! I can do that! Dinger.
Ah, the tools of your trade.
Demon blood. Does a mortal good
Your soldiers are
too ignorant to properly wield such a weapon.
As you can see, they are fast learners.
I must know its secrets.
Clever, like pieces of a puzzle.
You see, Syraxis? Reassembling your memories must be done carefully, deliberately.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get cracking on that cipher wheel. I want to see what's locked inside that rock.
Brace yourselves. Summoning lost memories can be hazardous to your health.
What you are doing now, and I will not allow it. Rise, revenants!
One less needs to train you better. Catch us in photography class were never like this.
Awakens. Now, Syraxis, face your past.
What the hell is that?
Behold, Syraxis, the echo of your lost memories. Careful. I doubt she will be glad to see you.
What is this? Who summoned me? I should not be here. We won't keep you long. Just tell me about the relic. The one they used to ambush me, what, a couple of centuries ago? You, remember what it looked like, don't you? You mean that damned mirror? Who cares about that? It's broken anyway, split in half. Ah, yes, it's coming back to me. Made of bronze, right? Hey, what else can you tell me? I'll tell you nothing. You abandoned me, and I was the best part of you. You're a mere shadow of who I once was. Why do you think Cortifex renamed you Syraxis the Shadow? Wait, what was my name before that? You don't deserve to know. You left me and you never looked back.
Syraxis, are you alright?
I'm, okay. I'm always okay. Anyway, we have a broken mirror to find. Isn't that right, playthings?
I guess I have been volunteered.
Well, At least I can finally picture that bronze mirror thingy. It's kind of round. Has a handle. I can even sense it nearby.
The two halves of that mirror lie between this world and the dark ether, just beyond our sight. This is why Die Wahrheit could never find it.
Well, if we don't see them, then these mortals sure can't. And no offense, Blackbirds.
We need only find a way to open their sealing eyes.
Whoever designed this
That's it. Let the blood of enemies fill the powder. Now drink and see as the dead. You will have to exhale before your second sight wears off. Is that clear?
Once again. Come on, keepers! Let's keep up with me! I'll get you back!
Stay after that orb. Your second sight will fail you at any moment.
I'll paint the walls with their flame! Arschloch! This isn't over!
Second sight fades, but you can go back for now.
What you wish.
The next best thing to victory made.
Well, I definitely feel something.
How desperate are your soldiers that they would drink the blood of the undead?
How desperate are you now that we have found half the relic?
Your vision fades, but you can restore it with more revenant blood.
That strange device is worthless. It fills weapons with magic fire.
I'll give you this, mortals. You are clever little things. The traps and the weapons we found here are proof of that. But even if your so-called wonder weapon can strike down 10 enemies at once, there is something you must
How old
remember.
is them when this is over?
Weapons do not win battles. Soldiers do. Even the deadliest implements are worthless in the hands of the weak. But in the hands of a trained warrior, the simplest of weapons become tools of victory! Strength and discipline are not enough. You must be clever. You must be crafty. Our enemy is all but mindless. This makes it easy to lead them into that flogger thing, or through the lightning door. They are cattle. Their bloodlust makes them careless. Use it against them. Just never keep your wits about you, and you'll always have the upper hand.
You cannot hurt anyone else now. Enough of you. No touching. I am not the one to mess with. Ah, no! It cannot end like this! Nobody manhandles me! Not me, Wiedergänger! Not me!
It will give you an edge in battle.
How desperate are your soldiers that they would drink the blood of the undead?
How desperate are you now that we have found half the relic?
Makana, you are going to such great lengths to help Syraxis regain her memories.
I am satisfied with this deal.
I don't understand it.
That's a rare admission from you, Belikar. Aren't you usually the smartest one in the room?
Not in this instance. You already know Syraxis' secrets. Why go through all these complicated steps? Why not just tell her?
There is a world of difference between being told about something and experiencing it for yourself. This way, she recaptures those moments, owns them. Yes, it is harder, dangerous even. But she must do this for herself, or she will always be the broken thing Cortifex turned her into.
Well, once she does remember, I only hope she doesn't hate you for it.
It is worth the risk. There is no telling what else she might remember. Perhaps some weakness in Cortifex we can exploit, or some ambition of his yet unfulfilled. Good. Now that the pieces are in place, we must charge up the podium. Take your places, seedlings. Second sight fades, but you no longer want them all. Do not let your orb fly free. Make it return to that spot.
More homework?
position, seedlings. You know what to do. Steel yourselves. You must fight for the rest of Syraxis' memories.
Vakana, if this doesn't end well, thanks, anyway. Damn you! Just leave me alone! I need to know what you know. Now, spill it! Why did Cortifex erase my memories? Why did I even matter to him? You are a part of his clan. A member of the royal bloodline. You are his bride, Syraxis. His consort. No one mattered more to him. No. That can't be true. I am nothing like Cortifex. If you cannot handle the truth, then die!
Vakana, this is all going wrong.
No, Professor. Defeating the Emperor is how we restore the broken mirror and get Syraxis her memories back. Seething token. Charge up the mirror hands. Your so-called wonder weapon.
Zephyr! You hit her mark!
Leave me alone!
Mirror has a all charged up. Now, lure the Emperor.
Oh, are they so fucking strong?
Right now. Weaken her.
Enough of you!
Cortifex, want to know what? Yeah, they would want to murder him. After all, you murdered his parents. But still, Syraxis, you were a child and tried to hide it. That is why he punished you. He erased your memories. He made you one of his servants. His sisters of agony. Holy hell. Vakana, you couldn't just tell me this.
Something must be learned the hard way.
Leave or die!
Being a boomfire is its own special punishment. Out like a cannon!
Let me sleep!
I never want to hear that sound again.
forget who you were. But still, you're a royal pain in the ass. You helped Velikar invent the artifact so you could visit your playthings on Earth. Cortevax had enough of your antics. He forged the bronze mirror and gave it to the humans who trapped you in this swamp. That was you, Cortevax? I am so gonna shut that mirror up your dark ether!
They are too close to succeeding. Rise, Revenants. We cannot falter now.
How are they so strong? Watch the body! Scheiße! Have you no manners? Did we meet when you were human? Because that seems personal. Oberführer! Send some more!
Oh! It's all coming back to me now! Everything! His bottomless cruelty. What he did to our child. My mind fading as he shoved that cursed mask on my face. And even worse, how could I forget the construct? That's his real endgame. He always coveted its power. If Cortevax and Von List gain control of that monstrosity, everything and everyone, living or dead, will end up as their playthings.
We will keep them from this construct you speak of, Sir Exus. Now that the relic is restored, be sure to collect it from the podium, my allies, and gather anything else you have won. We will need it all for our final battle on the sands of Egypt.